Hello everyone, a very warm welcome here to the home of darting legend Mr. Chris Mason. We're here in Ilkeston at the Prince of Wales to do the draw for the Bet Goodwin World Seniors Matchplay Darts Championships, which will be staged on the 15th of November at the very famous Epsom Downs Racecourse, the home of the Derby. So we're here today to draw a few names out to see who's going to play who, and then we can have a chat, Chris, about the runners and riders and who might fall at the final hurdle. Firstly, we've not had a chance to catch up with you since the Champion of Champions of Portsmouth. Reflections on that?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Another Scotsman taking the money. It seems to be all going to Scotland outside of Leonard Gates and Richie Howson. But yeah, really good tournament. Loved the production of it. Plenty of insight. Interested in seeing Barneveld there. He played very well against Neil Duff and he looked all but the guy that was going to run away with the spoils. But yeah, Ross Montgomery had other ideas. I thought he played lovely. I think he's really embracing the seniors darts.
Look, there's some people who grow with success and titles, and I think Ross Montgomery walks around now as a world champion. And he basically walked into a practice room where some players may look around and think, oh, look at what's around here. But I was there on the day, and he was owning it.
Yeah, Ross is a bit like that. He was a successful BDO player. Did very well on multiple ranking titles. Never really quite worked out for him in terms of winning a world championships, and then, well, he got his card, didn't he? He played in the PDC for a while, and I think this is giving him another outlet, and he seems to be growing, and he's playing some good stuff.
Look, he's incredibly confident, and trust me, he reminded me that wasn't the first title he'd won.
No.
So clearly he was very quick to remind me that before he became our world seniors champion, he'd won a lot of other stuff in darts. But I'd say it was an interesting event. It was a really hot day.
Very.
Down there. You know how kind of claustrophobic it can be. And as I say, his stamina probably got him through. I think, we talk about what happened to the day. As you say, for Raymond van Barneveld, it was great for seniors to see him. And he was probably on a hiding to nothing because everyone thought he was going to turn up and win it. And
what a unique opportunity for the 100 or so that you could allow in there, just to get that up close and personal with someone who's that much of a legend in our sport. And I think that's what makes it quite unique. It is very much a TV spectacle, isn't it, to see all these guys clash after so many years away. Or if you've got someone like Richie Howson who's basically developed his name within seniors darts, you could say the same for Leonard Gates, really, in terms
you absolutely could.
And they've built up their own little fan base, which is something that you sort of wondered at the time, could it work? Well, it's proven it can work, and Ross Montgomery is a prime example of what's out there for the players. A world champion and now a champion of champions.
And you're exactly right. I mean, Richie Howson is now selling his own dart shirts. Ross Montgomery has his own sets of darts. I mean, this is incredible. Moving on to Epsom and the match play. Obviously, we've got half 4 seeds who are placed in order. It's a 12-player event. Again, it'll all be done in one day. Hopefully a great day at Epsom, and it all happens in one day. Ross Montgomery obviously goes in as number 1 seed, very deservedly. Yep. John Henderson, number 2 seed. I think the heat got to John in Portsmouth. He didn't play well, did he?
No, and it's like you say, it's a very intimate venue now. I've played down there a few times, and even when it's empty and you haven't got the extra people in there, it's still a very warm venue. It's a very old building with walls that thick, so it's tough conditions, and he'll be more suited. Especially the time of year, it's going to be cooler, and John's always suffered with the heat on stage. But I think we'll see a different version of
and
the
he
Big
comes
John.
into that as defending champion clearly as well, so he's not going to want to give that up. Richie Howson, has been the story of seniors darts. Really earned his right, number 3 seed.
He's better at that than he is at your 900 snooker.
He's not great. He forgot his cue on Wednesday.
He beat me at snooker anyway. Let's
turned up to play television snooker. Opened his case. He had no cue, so I don't know if there was a set of darts in there or not. And then obviously Robert Thornton. We all know what's happened to Robert recently. It'd be great to see him back, part of the seniors family. We don't know how much darts he will have played by then, but what a tough competitor.
Yeah, you're always going to get that. I suppose he's sort of an older version of Nathan Aspinall. He's a real grafter and a grinder and a fighter, and he don't know when he's beaten. He's super tough to play. I can tell you that from first-hand experience, and it'll be good. And he'd probably look forward to some of that. Though it'd be sad for him with his late wife not being there. It may be just the just the tonic he needs to give him something to play for.
Couldn't agree more. And Robert, if you're watching, you know, the seniors family are still with you. We really look forward to seeing you in November back with us, the family, and I'm sure you'll be wanting to add another World Seniors Match Play title to your CV. Let's look at the players who are going to be drawn out against. And you can look out for the balls as well as they come out. Number 1 ball will be Wolfie Martin Adams. Martin, I don't think, has really produced as he'd like to. We know he's had niggles, he's had the calf injury,
Shoulder injury.
It's getting tougher, isn't it? I think he is.
Yeah,
I think he's probably the most senior now.
Yeah, well, and what you've got to think about is his age and how long he's been playing and how long he's been playing at a competitive level. And then the exhibitions on top of that. You know, he was a guy that came through the system, was originally pub darts, Super League darts, county darts, international darts, England manager and captain, and then all the other tournaments he's played in. And yeah, listen, the body can only take so much, and I think with Martin now, it's probably managing his time and resting up. But the problem is, us dart players, if you see a dartboard, you want to throw on it.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to practice, but.
But you know, over these short runs, which obviously the match play is, we know that Martin's still capable of just a tranche of high checkouts from nowhere.
Yeah.
And suddenly he'll go 150, 140, 130, and you go, where's that game gone?
Yeah, I know. I was on the end of it, wasn't I?
Yeah, so.
At York.
Yes.
And where was it York? I can't remember. And I'm like, well, where have they come from? Yeah, he is very, very capable. So, still a super competitor.
Martin will be ball number 1. Ball number 2, Steve Beaton. Now, Steve, I think, was one of the favourites going into Portsmouth.
It's going to be easy for him, won't it? All the old boys.
Short format. Now, I think that Steve is. I mean, there's rumours he may try and go back on the Pro Tour again. If that is true and he's successful, as it stands, he's probably only got another couple of chances to get a seniors, at least for now. So he'll want this one. Yeah,
I think I've heard the same rumours that he's planning on having another crack at Q School in January. I'm not sure when it comes around to it whether he'll, because that's a hard slog for anybody. It's even if you're a 20-year-old kid, it's tough. Listen, there's plenty on offer for Steve. I think maybe he thought he might be more busier, or I didn't think he maybe thought I won't miss it, I'll be happy. But I just think he feels like he's got a couple of years left in him, and that makes him dangerous because his preparation for Q School would be starting August, September. So by the time this comes around, he may be a dangerous man.
That's an interesting point, because you will have done exactly what he did, which is that first sort of, is it like a period of mourning when you're no longer a professional darts player and you've got to find a reason to kind of get up in the morning and do something?
Yeah, so you try and occupy your time, where my days were just filled with, right, where am I going, who am I practicing with, what kind of practice am I doing? Am I doing stuff on my own in around, you know, where you see them do the lineups on snooker? You know, it's all different types of practice, and then you're sort of right. What am I going to do this week?
What do I do today?
Yeah.
Well, Steve will be a force in Epsom for sure. Ball number 3 will be Mervyn King. Now, Mervyn arrived on the seniors tour with a big reputation. From what I see, what we probably need to do with Mervyn is tell him that the doors don't open until 4 hours after they do, because he was in Portsmouth before the cleaners, I think.
Yeah, he's known for it.
And his preparation, but I think in Portsmouth, and again, I'm no expert, as we well know, he might have just run out of a bit of steam against Richie Howson. It seemed like too long a day.
And I don't think he would have expected the heat. And it was just over. You could see from all the players, they were all struggling. The darts were coming out their hands. And there's two things: cold hands, because you can't feel your darts, and then when it's too hot, you get the moisture in between your fingertips and the barrel, and then the moisture gets in the barrel, and then you're fighting a losing battle.
Ball number 4 will be Neil Duff. So Neil Duff ran into Raymond van Barneveld on his debut, and as I say, Neil Duff, we know, is desperate to add a seniors title.
Yeah.
And I keep saying it, but no one tries harder up there. It's like Neil Duff brings everything to the game.
Well, the one I thought he was going to win would have been that one, because it's a second home to him down there at Modestan at the Super Series in Portsmouth. So I thought, well, if there is going to be one, he knows every bit of that stage. He's probably put his toes on every part of it. But yeah, he walked into Barneveld. He'd have been under a bit of pressure. It'd have been a point he would have liked to have proven. And maybe tried a little bit too hard, and in fairness, Barney was brilliant, wasn't he? Averaged over 96. It was the best average of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball 5, Vincent van der Voort. Now, it seems like we announced Vincent to the Seniors Tour ages ago, but we haven't seen him yet. So we look forward to welcoming Vincent. I don't know Vincent, but apparently he's a very quick player.
Very. Yeah.
And now, if you're playing someone who's very quick, how difficult is it to adapt to that rhythm?
Yeah.
And not get caught up in it?
Yeah, you've got. I always say to players, it's the same thing whether you're playing a slow or a fast player. If you occupy your time, so you don't get caught up. Because what you can do, if you're playing a slow player, you'll throw quicker, and you'll be stood behind them, meerkatting, looking over their shoulder, seeing where the darts are going, and sort of twiddling your thumbs, waiting to get on there. And then if you're playing a quick player, you end up doing this thing where you're just going round in circles like you're practicing on your own, and it can be quite off-putting. But the beauty of this, of course, is such an experienced field, and they are. And listen, don't be surprised if Vincent turns up and plays like a dream.
Be great to welcome Vincent. Leonard Gates will be ball number 6. We didn't see Leonard in Portsmouth because he
was in New York.
In New York playing. Obviously, he's won this title as well. Again, to me, Leonard's got a little bit of a mystery about him. He can turn up at a venue, he will keep himself to himself, he will be quite quiet, the music comes on, the walk-on's on, and he comes alive.
Yes, he does. It's very much, he becomes this character. I played him down at Yeovil when we played down there, and that was another extremely hot day, and we had a cracking game, a really top quality match, and I sort of threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and he could handle it. He's a great player, and of course he was in the final last year.
And I think for someone who people say he's not the best counter, but it makes him unorthodox, because he's a spotter's nightmare, isn't he? Because he'll take out finishes in completely unorthodox ways in a blink of an eye.
He gets away with it because he's such a big scorer. Yeah. So what you do is you put yourself, he might leave himself a bogey number, but the guy behind him's not on a finish, so it doesn't really matter, and he just comes in, sets it up in his own little style, and takes out. The good thing is when he does get it wrong, I don't think there's a double on the board he doesn't like.
No, exactly. Richie Burnett will be ball number 7. For me, the most watchable player we have on the Seniors Tour. He's, in his own words, he's a box of frogs. Yeah. But he's just watchable.
And can still play. Make no mistake about it. He'll be looking at the one down at the Super Series or down at the Modus, the Live Lounge, and be very annoyed, because that was an opportunity, and it just didn't. He never really settled in that game, and he will feel it was a winnable game, and Richie will be out to right the wrongs, and I expect him to go well in this.
And do you think sometimes it's a case that Richie Burnett is not only playing his opponent but playing himself?
Yeah. It's tough for him. He's got sort of. It's not darts or anything like that. It's just sort of a habit and a mannerism that he can't get himself off. Because if you watch him practice, smooth as silk, nothing moves.
I know. The moving parts are something to behold. If you've never seen it live,
don't stand behind him.
Get yourself to Epsom, and you will witness a cross between. What is it? Nureyev, Bruce Lee. But what a great character. And rightly deserved, the last person in the draw, Trina Gulliver. No one's going to want to play Trina Gulliver after her performance in Portsmouth.
Finished beautifully, didn't she? She played very, very well. Averaged into the 80s and beat a big name and one of the favourites in Steve Beaton. So
and that can bring belief. And how big is belief in this sport?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much everything. I think once you can play. And you'd know this from your snooker background. The rest of it's between the ears. 90% of it then is between the ears. And if you believe and you get success, it breeds success. It's not like a saying. It's a fact, and you see it at every level of sport.
Right. Let's get on with it. You've listened to us long enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring out the players who are seeded basically 5 to 12, but not in that order. The first 2 players that get drawn out will play each other with the right to play number 1 seed Ross Montgomery. So the first 2 players out, Chris, if you call out the number, I will coordinate it with the name.
It's number 4.
Number 4 is Neil Duff. So the Duff man will be playing...
Number 7.
Number 7, Richie Burnett.
Sorry, boys.
Neil Duff v Richie Burnett will open the Seniors match play with the winner to play Ross the Boss.
Do you still want me there to commentate?
I think you're in trouble.
Number 3.
Number 3, Mervyn King, the King.
I think I may be off 2 players' Christmas card lists. Number 1.
Number 1 is Martin Adams. So Wolfie versus the King with the right to play Robert Thornton. So that's your top half.
Number 2.
Number 2, Steve Beaton, the Bronze Adonis. And Steve Beaton will be playing. Is it going to be, are we going to have a rematch?
Number 5.
Number 5, Vincent van der Voort. So Steve Beaton, Vincent van der Voort. They'll have had a few clashes in the PDC days. And the winner of that will play defending champion John Henderson.
Number 8.
We'll leave number 8, which will be Trina Gulliver. And Trina, all things being equal, would be playing
Number 6.
our very own man from across the water, Leonard Gates, with the winner to play Richie Howson. Now, Trina and Leonard have got previous with Richie Howson in events for absolutely sure. So that concludes the draw for the seniors match play, which will be played in Epsom on the 15th of November. The draw will be coming up on your screen. You can have a look at that. Just a quick rundown. Neil Duff, Richie Burnett to play Ross Montgomery.
Oh dear. Oh, there's no Christmas cards, is there, from them? So that's it. I mean, that is a dream draw for me commentating, or a spectator at home, or a spectator at the venue. It's it's a fabulous draw.
Mervyn King, Martin Adams to play Robert Thornton. Mervyn would probably go in as favourite against Martin for that.
They've got some history back in the BDO days as well. So you'll be able to pick up a lot of history between those two. It'll be interesting to see what their head-to-head is like going into that match.
Steve Beaton, Vincent van der Voort to play John Henderson. Both Steve and Vincent, their first year off tour?
Vincent's second year off tour. What was it, first year?
So both in that kind of same period.
Wow.
To play Hendo, that could be a cracker, because we don't know what Vincent's going to bring to seniors.
I think he's still doing a fair bit of work with Michael, so he'll be doing a lot of practice with Michael. He's been prone with back problems for years and years and years. But like I say, for a one-off event where they can just get stuck in, anything can happen.
And Trina against Leonard for the right to play Richie Howson. I mean, Leonard, I don't think anyone wanted to play Trina, to be honest. But no. Leonard, if there is one player who zones out, it is probably Leonard Gates.
Yeah, he won't have any problems whatsoever in playing Trina. He, like you say, he just turns up. He comes into the practice room, the headphones go on, and he's literally in the zone. And then as soon as that walk-on music starts, he just becomes Leonard Gates. He becomes the soldier. So that is going to be the draw. Now, we've got an extra treat in Epsom as well, because for the first time ever, we're going to run a Legends Lunch. So that means if you've ever met one or two players, we've got a chance where you can join us for a lunch to meet every single one of these 12 players, plus Phil the Power Taylor, and this gentleman here who's going to be joining us in Epsom as well, as Seniors Ambassador, Chris Mason. So if you're a darts fan or a dart collector, you come for our Legends Lunch. You can overlook the final of the derby, the race line, and you can meet 14 darting legends before play on that day. So make sure you go to Ticketmaster to get your tickets for that, because these Legend Lunch tickets are definitely limited. Please look at the link that's in the video as well. Chris, I don't know whether to thank you or curse you, but for viewing figures, you can say a big thank you.
For sure. The great news is, again, you'll have seen the news. If you can't get to Epsom, you can watch every dart thrown on the BBC, the iPlayer, the red button. So the Seniors Darts Match Play from Epsom. If you can't get to Epsom, we hope you can. 15th of November, get it in your diary. You can watch all this unfold from the comfort of your home on free-to-air television for darts. So thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure.
And
nice to see you.
Look forward to seeing you all in Epsom.